make your asset to the? How do you think you can make your child an asset to the kind of man you want to marry?
How can I make my child an asset?
To the kind of man that you would want to marry.
Like, why in the world would a grown-ass man be asking you, how can your little daughter be an asset to me? What benefit is she to me?
Is my husband going to come first? Or is it we're a package deal? If you're a package deal, that's no deal. Because let's say you and I were to get married, you got a daughter, right? So let's say we have 2 kids together. And your child is 5. So 10 years from now, your daughter comes home and said, Kevin touched me, looked at me getting out of the shower. What happens next?
The relationship would have to end.
Huh?
That's not something the relationship would end immediately.
Because your daughter said I looked at her getting out of the shower.
Why would that person even be close to the bathroom to see her?
Okay, let's pause there. He says verbatim, what would you do as a single mother if your underage daughter, your 5-year-old, told you that Kevin touched her? Then he caught himself mid-sentence because that sounded awful and he realized how bad that sounded. So he caught himself and corrected himself and fixed it, I guess, to say, what would you do if she said I looked at her getting out the shower? And this woman answers without hesitation, like she should, and says, yeah, it would be over. No questions asked. You get kicked to the curb, Dusty, like a good mama bear should do, okay?
If I'm that child's biological father, and she comes out of the shower, and 10 years later, Daddy looked at me a certain kind of way, and I'm her biological dad, then what do you say? But you notice how you couldn't pull rank on me? You couldn't pull that. We got to separate.
You see what I'm saying? It's a silly tactic that he used. Like all this filibustering, all this deflecting. It's like, no, I haven't thought about this made-up scenario, this made-up hypothetical situation with this non-existent pretend daughter that approached me about feeling uncomfortable about a non-existent hypothetical father that she has.
Why would you not question it? Why would you not just say, girl, whatever, that's your daddy?
Y'all hear that? Look how big her eyes got. Because this man said verbatim, if your underage child comes to you and says, Daddy's a pervert and he makes me uncomfortable, you should dismiss your child and say, girl, whatever, that's your daddy. Child.
Why would you blow up a marriage? Why would you just believe her?
Why would I just believe my daughter?
Yeah. Children lie. Are you kidding me?
The Lord. I can't, y'all. This man said verbatim, children lie about being abused. Do not believe your kids when they tell you they've been sexually assaulted by an adult because they lie. The Lord. I can't, y'all. This man said verbatim, children lie about being abused. Do not believe your kids when they tell you they've been sexually assaulted by an adult because they lie. Let's just let that breathe for a second. Because I don't think y'all understand the magnitude of someone with his size of a platform saying some dangerous rhetoric like that is. Let's really pause for a second to let that sink in. Because this is by far the most disturbing, unsettling thing I've ever heard come out this fool's mouth. This is actually dangerous. This is exactly the type of rhetoric that contributes to the astronomical high sexual abuse rates of Black girls who get abused statistically more than any other group of children. And this is why they're more likely to become victimized in this manner before the age of 18 than anyone else. Okay, this man with this 1 million subscriber platform just said verbatim, do not believe your children when they say they were abused because they're liars. Woo! And it's one thing to say black women are overweight, will die alone, we're unattractive. It's like, okay, nog, we don't care what you think. Who cares what the brokest men on the planet think? Who cares what the men with the least resources think? We don't care. But to go so far as to say you shouldn't believe your children when they tell you, Mom, I've been sexually abused, I feel uncomfortable. That's disgusting, despicable, irresponsible, and that is not okay.
Anyway, in case if you don't know who Kevin Samuels is, well, Kevin Samuels happened to be a YouTuber who's known for disrespecting women on his videos and stuff. And what I heard of his passing, he actually passed away from a cardiac arrest, from what I heard on the internet. And these are my thoughts about his passing. I don't feel sad about Kevin Samuels passing because he's a fucking asshole and a jerk on YouTube. He actually deserves to be dead. And I really don't care what other people think if you happen to be a huge supporter of Kevin Samuels, because he's a fucking asshole and he actually deserves to be dead.